it's really it's odd almost. It's odd to watch. He does those crazy interviews and looks like a jail cell, and whatever.
Yes.
And wears what he wears. It's interesting to watch, right?
There's
As somebody who's
doubt.
been around politics a long time.
There's no doubt. Let's let a couple of callers in here. Hey, you're live on Talk Erie and the Joel Natale Show with Dean Pepicello.
Hey, we got the 3 Italian trifecta going on.
Yep.
Holy cow. So much to unpack. Here's where I think a couple things, Joel, and you said left of center. When you said, well, you borrowed money and are paying it back, aren't you?
Yeah, it's all payback, yeah. Well, except for my last Parent Plus loan, yeah. 200 and some a month. Absolutely. I'm still paying. Yep.
Oh, okay, you're paying it back. It's not because you have a wife and 4 kids that you're getting SNAP and welfare and EBT and Section 8 and WIC and all this free stuff. It's not the same.
But I still went to the government for that money. That's all my point is,
We the people at some point put representatives that said, yes, we do not want people starving in the street. But what happens? They keep adding more and adding more. Next thing you know, you get it because it's available and you don't have a job. That's why we have jobs that Americans won't do. They're living on something, and I don't see too many skinny people walking around. And every one of them folks that they interview when they had to feed their kids, I'm sorry.
You're overstating it. You are overstating it. I'm going to keep moving it because I have a full board. Thank you, Gino. Appreciate it, man. You got it.
One more point. Fetterman.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of Republicans voting for him unless there's a better Republican to replace him.
I can't agree more. Thanks, man. See ya. Let's get another one here. Hi. Thanks for waiting here on Talk Erie.
Yeah. If you're going to go ahead and have the government pay for your student loan, like for gender studies or something that's completely irrelevant and doesn't do you any good to have that degree, why don't you just have the government buy you a house too? Then with your philosophy.
What you talking about? My philosophy? I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is that most of us have an encounter with the government. Every time we drive on a road, we're encountering the government. That's all I'm saying.
When I bought my house, every year, even though my house is paid for, I got to pay for property tax and school taxes, and I haven't had kids in school for over 10 years.
But
or more. So what good is that?
No, but you have the fire truck at the end of the road. You have the fire department. You have the police department protecting you.
I've been a volunteer fire department.
Yeah.
And we pay.
You know what I'm saying. I mean,
no, I don't know what you're saying.
No, are you saying you're not getting any government services whatsoever for living here in Erie
we
County?
get some government, but we pay plenty. I mean, we got 6% on everything we buy. We got school tax. We got property tax. We got federal excise tax. We got how many other taxes? Well, we got stormwater management tax. We got how many other taxes do we have that they keep bombarding us with? And then you say, "Oh, we got to give somebody free college because they went for gender studies and
I did.
check McDonald's grease on the French fries."
You're misquoting me absolutely altogether.
No, I'm not.
Dude, I never.
Why don't you just go?
No, I'll play the tape.
Camilla.
Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. Let's get another one here. Hi, you're live on Talk Erie with Dino.
Boy, Joe, you got him fired up today. That guy's talking faster than Mike Kelly. Hey, there's two things you guys were talking about. First of all, a 50-year mortgage, you'll never own your house.
Mm-hmm. No, that's the whole point, I guess. Yeah, yeah.
And secondly, John Fetterman was never fit to run for office to begin with. So I got to disagree with Gino about Republicans voting for him. But anyhow, I got a question to ask Dino. Actually, 2 of them. I heard he had a lot of rest today, so hopefully he can remember both of them and answer both of them. First of all, what in the wild world of politics is going on with the Republican Party? We have they're trying to throw out the Republican chairman up here in Erie, and then you have MTG and Trump fighting in Washington, You know, you have that going on. Secondly, what is going on? I know Dino told me if he lived in a city that he would have voted for Daria. I'm trying to figure out with her transition team. We have Curtis Jones Jr., served 3 terms on city council, 12 years, got appointed to Mirsky's seat for a couple years. I mean, she's saying Erie needs change, but these are the people she's in her head and she's listening to. I'll hang up, Dino, and you can answer them.
Okay, thanks,
Joe.
Bill. Take it easy. Yeah.
Okay.
What's going on with the Republican Party, locally and nationally?
Locally, it's just it's personalities.
Okay, it's personality conflicts. Okay,
right. You got some people who want to be in charge. You got other people who are in charge. It's just personality conflicts. You need strong leadership.
How about MTG? What?
Same thing with Lauren Boebert, Nancy Mace. Nancy Mace, right? They disagree with Trump. Just released the files, right?
Right.
I think is that what that's about?
I'm assuming, but they, now she's a media darling. Again, I'm sorry, Marjorie Taylor Greene is a TikTok. That's a social media based representation
in an incredibly safe district. Everything is driven by the district that you're in. The politician that you are is the district that you're in. Yeah. So Marjorie Taylor Greene can be anything she wants in that district.
What was
as long as she
question?
appeals to.
Was it Daria?
No, I think he was joking about. Obviously, he was joking about that. But the Republican Party, I don't know. But nationally, just same thing though. It's just personalities. I mean, that's what you have. Everybody's got different agendas. And I think the media is driving a lot of this. The mainstream media is going to drive this Republican fracas going on. In the meantime, you got a Democratic Party that really is split down the middle between a very far left and maybe a centrist group that probably can't win a primary. They have far bigger problems, but it's an off-year election, which is going to favor Democrats. They did pretty well in major elections. So all of these things are going on. It's tough to tell right now. You're throwing darts at a dartboard. Good luck right now. It will all funnel down into something we can decipher here in the next 6 months.
You don't think we're going to see Andy Beshear on the top of the list?
How's he win a primary?
Yeah, we're going to talk about that right after the break. It's Talk Erie. All right, Dean, you said you walked in here and said that the heir apparent for the Democratic nomination in 2028 is Gavin Newsom.
Today? Sure.
That's not earth-shattering, but it's surprising to me that we're even talking about it before the midterms.
Well, Politico just did a poll. Emerson College did a poll. as well. Both have Newsom with sizable leads over Kamala Harris.
Who's number 2?
Kamala Harris, I think, was 2. Buttigieg, it might be 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Josh Shapiro is 4. AOC is 5, right in there somewhere. But it's like,
I'm surprised Josh is in the top 5.
It's like 38%, then it's 6%, then it's 4%, then Josh is 2. Like,
yeah.
Likelihood of running is that what we're
no, being
ranking?
Successful in the primary.
Oh, okay.
No, well, yeah, probably true. Yeah, today in a Democratic primary, that's the poll. But who knows who they included? Who knows who they called? I'm not surprised by any of that. Gavin Newsom's got a ton of press over the last couple of years.
No doubt.
Republicans will say it was bad press. He'll never win. I get it. I'm not saying he's going to win. I'm just saying today he's the leader. I'm really fascinated as to who ultimately comes off that ticket and ends up being the Democratic nominee. Tell you a lot about this country.
Yeah, do you
I think
we're thinking, and I haven't heard, I need to hear it from Pod Save America to be sure, but the conventional wisdom around this group here is that we will not see a female rise to the top of the ticket.
Michelle Obama said on CNN over the weekend that the country is not ready for a female president. Man, I disagree with that.
I think we're ready. We're just ready for the right one.
I agree.
Yeah. But let's sneak one more phone call in. Hi, caller. I got about a minute here. You're live on Talk Here with Dean Pepicello.
Hey, what's going on?
Doing well.
How you doing?
Good.
Hey, does it seem like we just stepped off a plane and we're in bizarro world now?
Yeah.
We got these people. Now we don't pass legislation anymore. We have concepts on everything. Like we're going to do this next week, but yet everybody's going to the grocery store, and there's this imagination that things aren't going through the roof, and you're not paying more just because somebody is telling us that it's not true. What's going on, man?
Well,
I mean,
I think Washington has coined the term gaslighting, and they've brought it into a science. And it happens. I hate to be one of those whataboutisms, but it does happen on both sides. There's a lot of gaslighting going on.
I understand that perfectly, but we're not talking about both sides right now. We're talking about what's going on, man. I mean, but there's people now. We're talking about if by chance you pay taxes and you work hard your whole life, and you just so happen to need some SNAP or whatever people use on welfare now. Everybody's looked to these people as being degenerates and bad people because you're all generalized in one category now. There's not one or the other or people that need. It's enough with the hate. Let's start getting stuff back to where we need it to be. I mean, this is getting goofy,
All right.
I mean, anyway.
Yeah.
Bizarro, man. Bizarro. Anyway, see you later.
Hey, thanks for the call. Take it easy. Bye-bye.
The point he makes about the economy is accurate.
Yeah.
It's accurate.
No, things are really more expensive, period.
All of a sudden, the Trump administration has really focused on foreign events, and I think had a lot of success, not perfect success, but a lot of success. And I think it was Friday, they're putting a summit together or something. Like all of a sudden, it's like, holy crap, stuff's still expensive. We got to get our act together in the economy. We've got to get moving. Republicans are going to need, it's already most of the cards are stacked against them. History would tell you the party out of power, right, is going to have pretty good.
The midterms are always bad for the party in power.
Generally. I think only twice has it gone the other way. They already have that stacked against them. People are upset that stuff still costs so much. That's just the reality. I'm not placing blame anywhere, right? But that was a big deal in the last presidential election. It's going to be a big deal in the midterms.
How do you get prices, especially in the grocery store, down? I don't see how that happens. I paid nearly $100 for an oil change the other day. Like, I thought the commodity was down, but I get it that most everything is expensive. Labor is up. Parts are up. That filter has got to cost more than it ever has. And so you end up with a $100 oil change. It's tough.
Good luck.
Talk Erie on the Joel Natale Show, live from our Kingdom Financial Group studio here at 5th and State. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube. We talk politics on Mondays with our political guru and the Harbor Creek Township Supervisor, Dean Pepicello. He's with us. Our phone number, 814-679-1080. Dean, okay, over the past week, we've heard the announcements of both the transition teams for Christina Vogel, the county executive-elect, as well as for Mayor-elect Daria Devlin. Again, no surprises. It's some of the folks that are listed there. And Lori Spicer is going to be her chief of staff, as we knew in the Schember administration, on the 5th floor at City Hall. The chief of staff is crucial for, conducting business, keeping things moving here. Any thoughts on all that? I mean, did you have a transition team?
No. Yeah, it was me and the dog, I think, came in and decorated the office or whatever. No, not at our level. I don't get this whole transition team. I've done this a long time.
Yeah.
I guess if I wanted to be in one of those offices and got elected, I'd have a transition team. I don't know. I guess I'd just go to work. I don't know. Whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
Devlin's transition team, I think you asked about.
Both really. I mean, they're both full of heavy hitters. I mean, Kathy Dahlkemper is running Vogel's transition team. It's again. I want to be kind here, but it looks like Mrs. Dahlkemper is going to have a very strong influence on the Vogel administration.
It's a fair analysis, because some people will think it's a genius move. And thank goodness, and I think Kathy Dahlkemper's awesome. Some people will think that.
Yeah, I do too.
Some people,
in a lot of ways,
will think. I think that Christina Vogel opens herself up to the criticism that she could potentially be a puppet of Kathy Dahlkemper. I mean, that's not.
It's
not
like an Obama-Biden thing.
That's just the reality of making that decision. I'm sure the Vogel team has thought that through and thinks that her advice and being in that position is far more valuable than any criticism that comes with it. I wouldn't have done it. Most people wouldn't have done it. I don't know why you would want a predecessor hanging over your head, but maybe she thinks it shortens the learning curve and makes her a better county executive. I don't know. It's a curious decision, but certainly opens you up to criticism. A couple of Republicans, I think, on that, on the transition team. Yeah. It's all...
I think Chris Groner, who's a current city economic guy, is kind of...
Director of Administration?
No, well, I don't know if he's got a permanent position, but he's going over on the transition team.
Okay,
yeah.
on the transition team. So we'll see. Daria Devlin has the tougher, to me. I think expectations are pretty high.
Oh yeah,
for her.
Yeah.
I think that's the case. It's very tough in the city of Erie to make a difference, and I'll tell you why, Joel. There isn't any money. You don't have any money. You don't have enough money to fill potholes. You don't have enough money to have, I guess they would say they would have an adequate police force as far as numbers at this point. Police and fire and infrastructure is also incredibly expensive.
It's like 60+%
so
of the whole budget.
To make a difference in the city of Erie, to make massive changes, because everybody's definition of difference, it will be different. To make massive change in the city of Erie, you either have to cut all kinds of services in public safety or whatever, or raise taxes. You need more money to make a difference politically, governmentally in the city of Erie. Neither of those two things are going to happen. So they are stuck ultimately with what they have. So you have to make a lot of things happen with very little money. If you want to make change, you need money or power. They have some power, but they don't have the money.
Don't you think, though, that there's been some administrative creep in the city especially? I mean, it just feels like we are employing a lot more people for a shrinking sized government, shrinking sized municipality.
I mean, is it true? You could look it up. Really?
Well, I mean, I know our budget's the highest it's ever been.
Yeah. Okay.
It's well over $100 million.
Okay, but the price of real estate's through the roof. Well, the budget, you mean as far as spending?
Yeah,
spending. You have to match it with revenue. Well, I'd like to know what city operations were, and you have to. It's all relative.
Find it,
but in 1965, what was the high point in population in the city of Erie?
1960. Yeah.
Okay, so I'd love to know how many people worked in City Hall. Now, but you didn't have all the infrastructure, probably, right? It was 1960. You didn't have every road that was there. That's certainly
no.
I don't think. I'm sure you have more fire and police
I mean,
now.
south of 38th Street was country.
Did they even have the water treatment, the sewer treatment, like any of those things? I don't know either.
I
I
would
guess
think.
they were coming in then, started to the suburbs, is about when we started to see expansion. It's just, it's going to be very difficult to exact change in the city of Erie with the realities that you have as far as revenues and expenditures. I'll be curious to see what, I'm sure that administration wants to come in and do great things. Do substantial things, maybe is a better word.
Sure.
I'm not sure how they do it. How do you do that?
Well, I think you can do it by leveraging the other centers of power and of capital. And so if she can be, and she said it in the campaign, she said it here at the seat where you're sitting, you know, I'm going to be convener. I'm going to bring in and be the center of the conversation with the nonprofits, with the for-profits, with the business community, with the meds and eds, with the manufacturers. And if she can do that, she could bring more dollars to the table, possibly, and really make a difference, you know.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I think it's tough to do.
Uncle Pete's on the phone. Peter, you're here with Dino and your little brother here.
And Shaney.
And Shaney, the Shanester.
I'm here. Hello, Pete.
Shaney, how come they always leave you out of the mix?
It's usually by my choice.
Yes. I'm just abiding by her wishes.
She literally
Usually
pushes
is.
the mic away to
Yes.
to keep from, I think, jumping in.
Every
But
once in a while. I
But
have
she
something
loves
to
you,
say.
Pete. She loves you, Peter.
Oh, well, I love Shaney too.
Aw.
Hey, listen, it's true, Shaney. Before everything comes to a close here, and maybe I missed it, but I'm interested in everybody's take on the Epstein files and why Trump changed his position. You think he's manipulating this whole thing, set everybody up, and knows that there's like really damning information in there, you know, relative to, you know, his opponents rather than himself. What do you think? It's really intriguing to me.
All right, so I'm going to say this in one sentence, that basically the conventional wisdom is that if there was something really nasty against Trump, the Biden administration would have already released that. So that's
Okay.
so there's just this assumption that there isn't a whole lot of there.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
go
Peter.
ahead, Dean.
No,
No.
I agree. I mean, I agree with Joel. I think, yeah, Trump, probably there's no there with Trump, right? But there's everybody in that swamp. There's a lot of big names, is my guess. So they're all kind of in this swamp, number one. And I think Trump just thought it would go away. But they're not going to let it go away. They're going to continue to hold this over him. He's taking a beating over this thing.
He sure is.
Right? And I think he thought it would go
Yeah.
away. It hasn't gone away. It's not going to go away now. They're going to continue to pound on him. So he's like, fine, just release the dang thing. That's what I think.
So he's willing to, you know, accept whatever there still might be in there regarding him.
That's what I think.
Because more than likely, whatever's in there is,
Not pretty.
you
but
know, it's not pretty, but
yeah.
it's way a long time ago, you know. You're talking, you know, well before the first run.
Everybody knows he had an association with him. He hasn't hidden that.
Right.
And remember, in the back of our ears is that, what is that? That Billy Bush video horror.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
and somehow he won just a weekend after that.
Yeah.
I just don't understand, why did he resist so long, take all of, you know, the incoming against him, and now he's relenting.
Yeah.
You know, politically that doesn't seem too savvy, but
Well, it's the only
Maybe
thing
it's-
left of everything they've thrown against him, right? All of these Gene Carroll, all of these things, the whole Russian hoax, all of these things are gone at this point. It's the only thing that seems to still be sticking, for what it's worth. It didn't go away.
Right.
So maybe.
You think there's any significance there that's going to really hurt the Democrats?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is.
So we'll just have to.
I think Epstein was pretty bipartisan. Anybody wanted to go. That's my guess. Yeah, I
you
think
didn't
that.
go. You didn't go, right, Dean?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure I don't get invited to really anything.
To the island.
Yeah, any island ever.
You don't get invited.
Presque Isle is sort of an island. I think that's as close as I've been. And I'm usually on a political island, Pete, so I have all of those things. Does that count?
That's it. It could, I guess.
Yeah. Thank you, Pito. Appreciate it.
All right. Good talking with everybody.
See you, bud.
Bye-bye.
He's awesome.
Yeah, I love him. Hey, you're live real quick here on Talk Erie.
Real quick, the only reason Trump released the Epstein files because he knows the Senate will not do it. Thank you.
Oh, okay, maybe not. Yeah, the House can vote to their heart's content, and the
Well,
Senate
doesn't
won't.
Trump have immunity to everything?
Yeah,
always, forever
it's just
now.
It's all.
So
yeah.
Federally. Right?
Well, even this stuff, I mean, what would be there? I guess. I mean, unless he did the horrific thing, and he still would have the immunity, But
don't you think the Biden administration probably held on to all of that information because it's going to incriminate some key Democrats as well?
no
So
doubt,
that's probably why Biden didn't do anything with it. I don't buy that it has nothing to do with Trump. But
I mean, that's a valid point. All right.
he had time with a black marker.
The black marker. That I see what you're saying. All right, going forward here, you've got. I mean, the midterms start now, right? I mean,
Pretty soon.
Yeah.
Pretty soon. After the holidays.
Is there any legitimate way that the Democrats would be able to go after Mike Kelly? I'm actually hearing ruminations that Kelly could be vulnerable. I don't see it
From
at
the
all.
Democrats?
From the Democrats. Do you Kelly wouldn't get a primary?
Not anymore. I think there was a point where people were unhappy, but not since the last election, not since the way he handled the Butler situation.
Yeah.
I think he'll be there as long as he wants.
He wants to be, as long as he wants to be.
What planet, not island, but what planet would the Democrats be on that they think that they could win that race given the way it's currently configured?
Right. I heard it. I heard it last week that they've,
With what candidate? Do they have a candidate?
Yeah, well, that's the question. Yeah. Again, here we are again. We said there's not going to be another Republican mayor in the foreseeable future because if John Persinger couldn't do it, no one can. He ran the most brilliant campaign and still was short 6 votes. I think it's the same thing with Kelly. If Ron DiNicola couldn't do it, I can't see any pathway for someone to do it.
I agree with that. I don't agree with your city comment because you don't know. Joe Schember was a very strong candidate 8 years ago. He wasn't probably as strong now. When that happens, incumbency can be empowering. It can also be weakening depending on how things go. But Joe Schember was a really kind of well-known candidate. So if John Persinger had run against a lesser candidate, he might still be mayor now. So I don't agree with that a Republican can't win in the city. You have to time it right. Listen, it has to be a perfect storm. But I think that's more likely than Mike Kelly losing an election to a Democrat the way that district is currently configured.
We're going to leave it there because that's quite a quote.
Aren't I smart?
You came in with fire. You had the power of love, baby.
Huey Lewis.
There you go. Yeah, jock that up to hit the post there, Dino, like you did on K104.
Yeah,
right?
long hair when I had hair.
Thanks, Dean.
You bet.